to another rant. And today's topic, I just wanted to talk about like Incredibles. I recently watched it again, and I'm not gonna lie, I don't know what the title's gonna be. I don't want to but it's gonna be around this dude called Mr. Murph. And I'm not gonna lie, now that I've grown up, and I forget his name, bro, but the dude, the main villain, like you were like, oh man, that's like a kid, like when you grow up, like when you like go back and watch this cartoons you grew up on, you understand that now, like, okay, this was when you were a kid, but then you understand the villain and where he's coming from. Of course, I'll also analyze him later. Okay, I forget his name, actor, whatever, Buddy. Let's call him Buddy, and how he got crushed by his mentor, or not his mentor, but his hero, telling him like, "Yo, just get lost, bro," and that really hurt him, and he went on and did whatever. But it's when Mr. Incredible goes with like the hero band act, and he goes to work for an insurance company, and you thinking like this insurance company is the closest thing to where you're gonna be able to work and help people. You may not be flying through and stopping trains and everything with your super strength, but you can be signing papers and you think you're gonna be doing the greater good. But then you look at your boss, you look at the place you're working at. I mean, look at the place like Bob is working at. He's working right next to a boiler, bro. Like there's literally a boiler on right there, right through his cubicle. I don't know if that's safe or whatever, but nobody cares. As long as you do their job, that's it. And the way that he's trying to help is like this woman who comes in for an insurance claim, she's crying.
But our liability is spelled out in paragraph 17. It states clearly.
Pay for this.
Excuse me. Claims, Bob Parr.
I'm calling to celebrate a momentous occasion. We are now officially moved in.
Yeah, well, that's great, honey. And the last 3 years don't count because
I finally unpacked the last box. Now it's official. Ha ha ha. Why do we have so much junk?
Listen, honey, I've got to quiet it.
Say no more. Go save the world one policy at a time, honey. Oh, I gotta go pick up the kids from school. See you tonight.
Bye, honey. Excuse me. Where were we?
I'm on a fixed income. And if you can't help me, I don't know what I'll do.
All right, listen closely. I'd like to help you, but I can't. I'd like to tell you to take a copy of your policy to Norma Wilcox, Wilcox, on the third floor, but I can't. I also do not advise you to fill out and file a WS-2475 form with our legal department on the second floor. I would not expect someone to get back to you quickly to resolve the matter. I'd like to help, but there's nothing I can do.
Oh, thank you, man.
I'm sorry, ma'am. I know you're upset. Pretend to be upset.
And he tries to help her, like, hey, don't do this and go through this, and he gives them the workaround of how to really get into this and how to like get a claim. His boss comes to him and is like, yo, come to my office, whatever he calls him. When he calls him, you see the pencil? It says, what does it say? It says, you're in good hands, whatever. Let's say like you're in good hands. I keep forgetting, but you're in good hands. Lines them up. Bob sits down.
Sit down, Bob. I'm not happy, Bob. Not happy. Ask me why.
Okay. Why?
Why what? Be specific, Bob.
Why are you unhappy?
Your customers make me unhappy.
What? You've gotten complaints?
Complaints I can handle. What I can't handle is your customers' inexplicable knowledge of InsureCare's inner workings. They're experts! Experts, Bob! Exploiting every loophole, dodging every obstacle! They're penetrating the bureaucracy!
Did I do something illegal?
No.
Are you saying we shouldn't help our customers?
The law requires that I answer no.
We're supposed to help people.
We're supposed to help our people! Starting with our stockholders, Bob. Who's helping them out?
And I know it's not implied in the show and everything, but the boss's motive is money. Like, he's driven by money in all cases. Like, yo, when it comes to Bob and says, hey, I don't want to know about their policy. Don't get me involved in all that. It's because he doesn't want to get it. He doesn't want to know about that. That's not what his goal is. His goal is to make as much profit as he can. And when he has Bob sitting down, Bob is like, yo, you don't want us to, he's like, the law requires me. And it's really like, you sit back and you realize like, damn, bro, that's basically how life is right now. Like, it's about who can have the most money. You don't even feel like you're doing anything. You just feel like as long as this pays the bills. When Bob's wife is calling him up and say like, yo, this and that, oh, we moved in, it's just like, okay, but it's like they moved in 3 years ago, whatever, and it's like it doesn't. At work, you feel like you've been drained, bro. Your hands are tied. You're trying to help people, but also your wife calls you like, hey, like, yo, we just put and then you realize, oh shoot, there's a mortgage on that house, so you can't really be helping people out here, so you gotta fuck them over, you know. And that's the name of the game right now. But then I just look at that dude and I'm like, bro, there's a reason why they made that dude short. Like, it's not, I don't even feel like it was made like, oh, because this dude is short. No, he's a representation of what other people are in, like our bosses. They're not that powerful, but they're put in positions of power so they can command us. When he tells Bob, come over here, Bob, come over here. You get out that door, you're fired. You know, you saw that smile on his face. It's like, yo, I got
I'll be right back.
Stop right now, or you're fired! Close the door. Get over here now. I'm not happy, Bob. Not happy.
He got away.
Good thing, too. You were this close to losing your...
He grabs him, and in the only way you can show that he can show his power to this person, like, yo, you are not in command of me, he tosses him right out of the building, loses his job. And I'm honestly like, I look at it and I'm like, yo, this is like the situation where like you look at this dude, Buddy or whatever, he's a fictional, like in every aspect of the way. Okay, you could see like there's like some real like reality moments, like, yo, like, go away, whatever, that could happen. Okay, and somebody couldn't create it, like Pippin created Future fucked his wife, you know. But in this situation, you see it in a way of like, this boss isn't too far from reality, you know. That's like the one scene, 3 minutes in, just 3 minutes of their interaction, you can see that this dude is real. You try to cause any harm to him because he's a normal human, you go to jail, you go this, da, da, da. And I'm not saying violence is the answer, but I'm just showing you like, yo, this dude over here, when we like the main villain, when we saw him, he was just a fictional character. He can never in the realm of possibility happen where like he can point a laser and freeze you. But that can happen to you. And that's what makes this dude, like, I wouldn't say terrifying, more like if you're watching this as a dad and you're watching it with your kids, you're like, I deal with that motherfucker every day. I deal with that dude every day. So it's like, I don't know. I just like now, just in the phase of where like I want to start watching this stuff again and be like realizing like, yo, there's just some villains. I feel like the villains that are very scary and very like get more anger out of you are the ones you know personally. Like, hey, I've seen a motherfucker like that. I know a motherfucker like that. I know someone like that. I know someone like that. I worked under someone that only thinks about Starcold or this and that. Nothing about the bottom line. I worked at a job, they didn't even take out the trash for 2 weeks because they wanted to pay someone less than. They wanted to pay the garbage bill less than. Or something like that. I don't know. But that's what I heard. You know? It's like, when you hear that, you're like, damn, bro, this is real. This is real. This is the you know, I feel like that one was only meant for like the parents who were in the theaters at that time, you were like, yo, I got like a 3 minute of what I have to deal with. And now you grow up and you're like, damn, I have to deal with that too. And that's what I find funny about like life and everything about we deal with. If the name of the game like nowadays is not to even do the job. The job is to just, you know, fill that some type of numbers, get some type of money, and say we did our job. You know, hey, our slogan says we'll help you, but we're really just gonna fuck you over. And you can see that in our insurance companies, car insurance, health insurance, this insurance. It's not really about who we. It's how many numbers we have on there. And even if we do have people, we gotta have people that aren't, that we find like, hey, this one is more worthy than the other one because, well, they're not from this country. But that's another topic for another day. But instead of covering people who have been here or who are loyal to you, like that lady, she probably been there for how long? No way she's being treated like the way she's supposed to do. Like, hey, this old lady, she's old. Like, she's probably trying to take a claim out and pay her bills, whatever, all that stuff. No, we gotta fuck her over because that's the name of the game. That's how it's done. And you just like look at like Incredibles 2. Maybe not Incredibles 2. I have to watch that more. But you watch Incredibles, you watch all these other shows, and you're like, damn. You know, Buddy over here in the main super villain. He's like the dude that represents your childhood, and you're like, dang. You know, like when you saw him, yeah, he's a bad guy. He's a bad guy. But when you grow up, you realize, hey, maybe Bob did fuck this nigga over. You know, like maybe he should have handled it a little bit better and not created the monster that he has to deal with. You know, and then you realize, oh shoot, before him, there's like 15 years later, after when he does fuck over the other dude, there's someone in here like, and it represents like the job and how we're like, oh man, the control of when you think you're like, and I'm betting there's people out there that help. You see it on TikTok. Like I saw a video of a nurse who was trying to help somebody. Nobody really cared. This dude's hemoglobin is about to drop to like, he's shitting out his hemoglobin. Nobody cares. As long as he's in the hospital, we can say we did our best. Nobody wants to check up on him. Nobody wants to say like, yo, maybe this dude's not looking good. You know, let's actually help this person. No, if it's not for profit, if it's not for this, nobody cares. But that's what I wanted to rant about. I really do care. I really do want to cover like more like cartoons that I've watched, and maybe like it flew over me when I was a kid, but now I'm like, second take, you're like, they were saying something, you know, like, especially with like these like Disney Pixar movies. There was definitely like something under the layer. You like, oh shoot, they're actually saying something here. There's like a theme here. There's like, you watch as a kid as entertainment, then you watch it again as an adult. You're like, oh wow, there's a message. I also want to talk about like maybe my next video, like how cartoons nowadays are so dumbified. Like they're so dummy. Like it's all about just like, it's so bright in your face. There's no plot. They're not talking about anything. They just talk about some like Ben 10, the new Ben 10. It's absolutely garbage. Like I know Cartoon Network is trying to copy what Teen Titans is, but Teen Titans was a drop in a bucket. It was like the most successful. Okay, people hated on it, but that was like a drop in a bucket. It was like, okay, you got this. But then they tried to replicate it on every show they have. And I'm like, bro, it's not gonna work. You actually gotta put in some work. But that's a topic for a different day. But let me know. What do you think of Mr. Hugh? Is he being reasonable? Is he actually being a good boss? Or is he just like just a cartoon villain? Let me know. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.
Lil' bro finger itching, niggas penny pitching. I ain't even gon' act like I ain't been there, it's just been a minute. They see me out and then salute, nigga, I been lieutenant. Ex bitch tryna spin back, but her subscription ended.